Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the newest wave of McFarlane Toys Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice figures with Nightmare Batman. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector.
And if you like my content, please consider subscribing.
All right, here we have a closer look at the front of the package and everything he comes with. We do have that Batman Nightmare, Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice branding on the side with the logo and more of this tan golden color here. This Batman only comes with the card, the stand, the binoculars, and the goggles, because this is going to be on shelves. It's more like a mass market retail release. If you want the ones with the guns and the mask pulled up on his mouth, you'll have to get the 2-pack version. I think it might only be sold on McFarlane's toy shelves or his toy store, because they can market that to older audiences. And then here on the back we just have a photograph of Ben Affleck in the suit, looking really nice. Loving the detail there. But yeah, let's get this guy opened up and see everything he can do. All right, starting off with his accessories, he does come with this little card with that same art from the back and just a little write-up of the film. And if you want to pause it and read it, you certainly can. We do have that standard McFarlane base with the little gloss press here of the DC logo. We do get just a simple pair of binoculars. No paint apps, no strap, no even glossy paint on the lenses. So a little bit of paint here would go a long way, but that's going to be par for the course for this entire figure. And then we do get these goggles, which are nicely painted, and I think these do look nice. Just a little bit of this rusty golden brown dry brushing. It's very simple, very light and subtle, but does work wonders. They could have hit these with a little bit of that as well. But that's going to be par for the course for this whole entire figure, because he too is going to be lacking in the paint department, and nowhere more evident than on this coat, which I do agree is nicely sculpted, but all we get is sort of like this very lazy kind of gray airbrushing down at the bottom. So not only do we get a much lighter coat than was in the movie, it's also, not very weathered, but that's an easy enough thing to take care of if you're a customizer or somebody who is comfortable painting your figures like I am. I am going to be doing lots of painting and touch-ups on this guy, and I'll probably do a follow-up video to show you guys what I do here probably next week. The coat is a separate piece. It does feel like you could take it all the way off. You do have this bandana nicely sculpted around his neck, and I do like this updated head sculpt. I do believe this is the same one that we've got before on the other Batman. But one of the things that they got really lazy, you want to talk about lazy, is the arms here. So we have the arms from the past release Batman, but look, they even use the lower arms with the suit texture. And what I mean by that is this particular Batman here, this is a custom head and custom cape, but as you can see, they use the same arms, lower arms, from this figure with that texture on it. So it's I don't know. It's like, does that bother you? Do you see it and let it bother you? I mean, it's more noticeable from the back, but not very noticeable from the front. I don't know. This release also had the belt painted gold, where this one has it black. Again, it would have been nice to have some of that gold dry brushing that they did on the goggles on this belt. But this belt remains unpainted. This is unpainted here. All of these, I think, were like more of this color in the actual movie. And then we do have new legs, knee pads, sculpted knee pads. At least we have some paint apps there on the knee pads, and then the boots, which do look nice. But some gold paint definitely missing on the belt, missing on the fins of the arms and the knuckles as well. All of that I'm going to be adding, but I do dig this head sculpt. I think this head sculpt is nice. It looks enough like Ben Affleck. I am not a huge McFarlane Toys collector, but anytime they do put out some Batman or Justice League stuff, I do pick that up because they are making the most Batman figures right now. I wouldn't say they're making the best Batman figures right now. That probably would fall to Mafex, who's making the best Batman figures, but they do make the most, and the ones that I can walk into my store and pick up for under $25. I did find this guy at my local Target. I think he was like $22.99 or something like that. So that was a good price. I do like the coat. I do think it's nicely sculpted. But yeah, it's just a little too light. So let's go over some articulation here. Can't quite get in that T-pose. That's about as far up as the arms want to go on their own without any kind of forcing them. Let's see here. We don't have that typical cuff, but we get a little bit of movement around the arm there. We can do a full 360. We have this weird scalloped cut around, which I don't know how I feel about that. For the bicep cut, we do have double jointed pinned elbows, so you can get a nice crunch right there. Don't worry, we are going to kit this guy out with some weapons from the first McFarlane Toys munitions pack. We do have an upper abdomen cut, an upper diaphragm cut, and then a lower cut at the waist. So with all of that, he can crunch forward that far, lean back about that far. Head articulation, which, sorry, I skipped. He can look up about that far, which looks really good, and then down that far when he's up surveying the sky looking for the red capes. And so, he does have a little bit of bobble there on the head, rotation at the waist that we already looked at. The diaper is very soft and kind of gets out of the way a little bit, but without any force, he can only go forward about that far. He can go back about that far, out to the side that far, back about that far, and then there's no drop down and there's no upper thigh cut and a very little bit of swivel. We do have double jointed knees, can bend all the way back about that far. Let's see here. No boot cut, and then only a hinge and swivel there at the foot and a little bit of rocker. But yeah, and also, just kind of going over the color of his suit, I do like that they kind of use this warmer gray color. It's more of a brownish tan gray than they did the more cooler bluer gray of this suit, even though in the movie this is the exact same suit, just dirtied up a bit. But yeah, so let's grab him. Let's see. First of all, I was going to say grab him some weapons, but I trailed off and it just said, let's just grab him. Let's put this the goggles on. I think those add a lot to this character, and he looks very nice. He does come with trigger fingers because, like I said, McFarlane does put out a munitions pack, and this character did come with weapons in the 2-pack. If you got those, and then he does have the binoculars, which, he can, basically get up to his eyes, and from certain positions will look nice. But yeah, let's get him. Let's do this, and then let's get him into some size comparisons with a couple of other figures from this line and see how they size up. All right, let's bring in the Batman figure that I have to go along with him. And again, like I said before, this is a custom head. It was custom painted and a custom cape. It's kind of got that crazy angle to him. And then, I dropped the base, but here he is next to Superman. From that first wave as well with the plastic cape. And I think they scale very well together. I like that he's a little bit smaller than Superman. I like Superman being bigger, taller, more imposing. And so that's how he stacks up against those guys. Let's get him some weapons from the munitions pack, get him up on the rotating base, and give our final thoughts. Okay, I do think this guy looks particularly nice for what he is. If you're looking for a mass market $25, sub $30 Knightmare Batman that you can walk into your local toy store and buy, then yeah, this is going to be the figure for you. If you're looking for that definitive, like 1/12 scale Knightmare Batman, I know that there are many like third-party unlicensed versions that you can find out there, and even Mafex just released their pre-orders for their official one, their updated version that's coming out later next year. So I have that on pre-order, so we can do a comparison, even if I still have this guy by the end of the year next year when that figure comes out. Who knows, I may or may not. I do plan on doing a full repaint of this guy, and when I do, I will share a quick video just showing what I did with this guy sort of before and after. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I'm your host, Mark, and I will see you in the toy aisles.